Hey everyone, this is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. Usually all my stuff is scripted, but this is going to be off the cuff because within the last 48 hours, Hovind has hit the top of my proverbial shit list. And this is for one very specific reason. Within the last 48 hours, he's put out a series of videos on a tour of his dinosaur adventureland, each room apparently being a day of creation from day 1 all the way to day 6, and he's got a couple out on Noah's flood. Now, initially I didn't have a problem with this. He puts out stuff like this all the time. We all know this. Everyone that's in this arena knows that all the stuff that he puts out is dead wrong on every point, but he has, unfortunately, the right to say whatever he wants, and he has the right to be wrong. And he can state that he believes this and state it without supporting any of it whatsoever. But these videos raise a very big issue with me. They're targeted directly to kids. Now, if you're not a content creator, you're not familiar with the COPPA laws, really. But basically, whenever you make a video and put it out, you are required to state whether or not that video is geared specifically towards children, children being defined as individuals of 13 years of age or younger. If you do target that video directly to kids, a few things happen with that video. 1, comments are disabled, and 2, it won't work in the mini player, which is why I almost didn't realize that he had targeted it to children, because I was going to put a comment on the first video that he put out, his Creation Day 1 video. And when I scrolled to put a comment in, their comments were disabled. Okay, whatever. That's his prerogative. He can disable comments if he wants to. But when I pulled down on my cell phone, pulled the video down and minimized it a little bit to try to, find something else to watch, it paused. Now, that doesn't happen. That's never happened with me before when I'm perusing YouTube. So that immediately caught my attention. And when I looked down, I saw a notification popping up stating that videos targeted to children are not allowed to be played in the mini player. That sent me into a dimension of pissed off that I have very rarely ever found myself in. Because at that point I realized that not only is this on the regular YouTube system itself, it's been shunted directly into YouTube Kids. It's supposed to be for kids 13 years of age or younger for entertainment value, educational value. And he's labeled every one of these videos as educational, which anyone who's looked at any of his stuff and knows what they're talking about and knows anything about these subjects that he denies, we know that that's not true. We know that none of this is educational. Sure, the experiments that he presents may have some educational merit, but the biggest flaw with this is the entire message of the explanation of why these things happen. It's not educational at all. It is straight up religious. So he's deliberately misrepresenting his videos to shunt them straight into the kids section of YouTube, which means that a lot of parents aren't going to realize that this is coming. Because let's face it, when you give your kid your phone or a device that is geared for YouTube Kids and you open up YouTube Kids, you expect them to watch Peppa Pig or The Boss Baby or whatever else is on there. You don't expect them to run across this. And that's a problem, which means that this entire series that he's done is going to be something I'm going to be responding to, because I cannot let this stand without being addressed in some way. I debated on reporting every one of these videos for being misleading, but I haven't done that yet, and I don't know that I will, because it, in my mind, is going to set up a persecution narrative that he can use, say, oh, they just shot me down because I was speaking the truth. I'm not exactly sure what to do with these videos that he's put up there. I'm not sure if they should be reported. I'm not sure how we'd go about telling YouTube that they need to take these down because they're deliberately deceptive. And to be honest, this is my initial reaction to these videos. Seeing the first one was bad enough, but waking up this morning to see a whole list of videos is absolutely infuriating to me. Being a parent myself, I want my kids to have factually accurate information. I don't like the idea of them being misled in any way, shape, or form. And stating what he does without any evidence to back it up is misleading kids. And in my mind is something that needs to be stopped. You can target adults with your pseudoscience nonsense all you want. If you convince them, you've convinced them. But kids are off limits.